let that one go a little bit long for you, Mr. Palmer. How are you, sir? It feels like I just talked to you like yesterday, almost, probably, maybe.
Well, we talk every day, so it's kind of like...
Well, full disclosure, and us talking is more like on Slack or Teams, but yeah, we do chat every day. But no, we really actually were on a call yesterday for work, and we actually did record 2 days ago for work, and now we're back at it. We're very productive people. Of course. What else? They add a zero to our paycheck, right?
Yeah, can I submit that as an expense?
Zero? Sure, they'll pay that every time.
Oh, I thought we were adding an extra zero.
Yeah, to the wrong side of the decimal point.
Oh, yeah, we are on the wrong side of the decimal point.
Anyways, it's a Friday. We can officially say it's Friday. I don't care. I'm not going to get bent on the dates and times and time warp stuff. So it's a special episode, if you want to call it that. We may or may not post this to everybody, but I know this is going to be shared to a very particular audience because there's a European thing coming up in just a couple months.
Right, but more importantly, that European thing, the registration opens in like a couple of weeks.
Indeed it does. So what is this European thing? I mean, I know, Europeans and, they drive on the wrong side of the road. They've got funny looking money.
Not all of them. And quite honestly, let's be honest, their money's better than ours.
Well, it's better looking.
It's better looking and it's easy. Anyway, it's not all the countries that drive on the wrong side. Just Nick Turner and Peter McKenzie there in the UK. But anyway, WLPC-Prague registration opens on August 15th.
See, this is why you're a good co-host, because you already had the dates ready. I was just going to say sometime soon.
I just remembered it's like the 15th. It was like May 15th, June 15th. The July 15th was supposed to when the website went live, but somebody missed it, Matthew. And then it was it's
We're
August.
Get ourselves in so much trouble for this.
Oh, we are, but it's Friday. So part of WLPC is you got we've talked about this on the other episode, so I don't want to go too far, but we have boot camps, we have deep dives, and we have presentations. But the presentations are already set. So it is what it is. What I want to talk about with you today, John, are the other two.
There's more.
There is more. There is a deep dive. Actually, there's a couple deep dives and there's one boot camp. Let's start with the boot camp first.
Sure.
That boot camp is the RCWA. And what is that? Because I forgot.
Ruckus Certified Wireless Associate, I believe. I should know this. I did teach one.
Right. And I'm supposed to teach it in Prague. So if you want to take the RCWA
and spend a couple days with Jim.
And spend a couple of days with me. So, all right. So let's take me out because that's now a detriment. If you want or need the RCWA and you're looking for an in-person class, go bug your boss now because in 2 weeks you can register to take the class from me in Prague, WLPC. It's the end of. Now what's the date? I don't know.
It's right before Halloween for those.
Right before Halloween. So the week before Halloween.
I'll look since you got the other ones. You talk. I'll look at the dates.
So
see, now we're being smart.
Yes. But you have 2 weeks to get that registered for and get that taken care of with your boss to get approval to come take the RCWA with Jim, and hopefully might even have a John involved. But since we wanted to keep this short, did you find the date yet?
October. So the formal overall conference is October 25th to the 27th, and the pre-conference boot camps are the 22nd to the 24th of October. So
October 22nd, mark it on your calendar. You want to be in Prague at WLPC taking the RCWA boot camp. We should make that, instead of boot camp, we should just call it like BC, so it's like even more initials.
Sure, if we want to do more alphabet soup. And I'd be remiss to say this because I know I was thinking about it before, and we didn't get a chance to give him a shout out yesterday or 2 days ago because it was a very formal podcast with the boss. But we know we won't see Gearman. But Gearman, if you listen to this, I don't know if we're sharing this or not, but thoughts are with you. Appreciate listening and hope you are kicking cancer's little butt. Anyways, yes. I had to plug that one because I know he was there last year, and I know we won't see him this year. He already said he wasn't going to make it. So
I had to miss that. That's too bad.
Yeah. But not for good reasons, but I totally respect why he's not going to be able to make it.
Understandable reasons.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
In addition to the boot camp, there's a couple of other things that we want to talk to our listeners about, and that's the deep dives.
Yay! I'm playing with the soundboard today in full honesty because it didn't work on Wednesday, and I had to like reboot and fix it and beat the crap out of it with a hammer. So anyways, so 2 deep dives.
Yes.
Now there's the old standby, and I don't want to pick on you by saying old standby. I think, but this is like your 15th straight WLPC teaching your antenna deep dive. I think 15th or 16th.
Well, you added an extra digit on the other side of the decimal point. It's my 5th.
We're doing that today. The 5th. Okay, so five boot camp appearances for Jim.
Deep dives.
The deep dive, I'm sorry. And this is the second time you're on the Prague registration, right? Last year was your first year in Prague. So tell them a little bit about yours, Jim.
So it's called Antennas 101, but I changed the name, and I don't even remember what we changed it to at this point. But basically, it's all about radios and radio waves and antennas, and we kind of go into even RF cables and connectors, and we play with radios and we play with radio waves using ham radio, because it's something that we can do and we can get the gear for, and we can look at it, because it's really easy to push a big giant button on the side of a radio and have it make RF and allow us to look at it. One of the problems with Wi-Fi is it transmits so quickly. They have gear that you can look at the RF is very expensive. So I found a cheaper way to do it. So it was really popular last year. We had a really great time. I think we had 30 people in the class, and it was kind of crazy. And then this past spring in Phoenix, we got a little even more crazier. And so it's always a good time. Yeah, you did. And
I just kept you well hydrated. That's all
we were hydrated and especially day 2 was very hydrated and lubricated. It was pretty fun.
It's hot in Phoenix, even in February. It's
hot
in Phoenix.
So if you're interested, go ahead and register and sign up for that, and I will see you in that. And that is 2 3-hour classes on the first and second day of the conference. So if you can't make the boot camp, come sign up for my deep dive, or sign.
There's another boot camp.
Deep dive
with the soundboard. Deep dive. See, now I'm going to bark at myself again. Deep dive. I put this one. This was actually out for Phoenix and didn't quite fly, and that's okay. But this is one we've been actually cooking up for, I don't know, probably about a year now, it feels like. But it's basically doing a home lab, and the impetus behind this, and I'm trying to use the big words, the impetus behind this was simply, I remember when I started as an SE and didn't know anything, and now I'm a couple years into being an SE and I still don't know anything. But building a home lab where you don't screw up everybody else in your home, if you're like us and you've got other human beings that live under the same roof, it's for some of those really smart people, you're not going to want to come to this class because you probably already know this and you're sitting there listening to this going, well, duh. But the idea was, entry level or early career, because that's the thing I looked at it with, and we kind of talked about this, right? The boot camps and the deep dives. I'm going to beat myself up over this. I'm going to have to drink every time I say the wrong word. I don't have a liver for that. But anyways, you look at some of the deep dives and they're more advanced, or they can get really advanced really quickly. And so my kind of idea was, for all of the audience at a WLPC that's like super advanced, has been there for many, many years and knows this inside and out and has enough gear for 18 home labs, there's that new person that it's their first or second conference. They're still kind of getting started. They're not sure what they need to do to really be able to build up something at home and test. And so that was kind of the idea was, let's get a MikroTik router, because we both like them and use them, and set up some VLANs and some routing and play and break stuff. And we've got I think there was a tablet or some other budget friendly test device to do some high, not like NetScout level stuff, but like tools and tests and things like that. And I'm doing a really horrible job of selling this, but that was kind of the idea. Like, you want to start doing a home lab and you don't want to take your kids off the internet while you're doing it. That's kind of where this went to. So it should be fun. I was looking forward to trying to do it in Phoenix. I think you and I had some really good ideas for it. So maybe it'll fly, maybe it won't. We'll see. We'll find out in a couple weeks.
So to boil the ocean, MikroTik is a really good router, except it is expert friendly. And so people know that they're like, oh yeah, I can get a MikroTik router and then I can put it on my home network and then I can build my lab stuff off of it. But how do I do that? How do I build that? What are some of the tools? What are some of the tricks? And so I think the idea behind John's deep dive is if you've always wanted or you know you needed a home lab that was separate from your family and their production network, here, this is a way that you can come to John's class, you can get a MikroTik router, you can go through the process of building it up, of getting it ready, and then you can take it home and plug it right into your home network, and voila, you're going to have a lab network. If not, I think mine, I have like 11 or 12 lab networks. And so, but it's all separate. And so I can play and I can do things. I can do packet captures. I got firewalls. I can do all these cool things. And so if that's something that you need, if you're, especially for people starting out who know that they need the lab, who need to have all this stuff, but don't want to break their family and network and their use of the Wi-Fi and stuff, and you don't have this is a great class. This is a great way to do it. And who knows if we can get our rooms right next to each other, maybe I'll just, I'll spill over or we'll just have a grand time. So
I was going to say, if we do that, that's either really good planning or really bad planning, depending on how you look at it.
Last year I was next to, in Prague, I was next to, I want to say it was the WLPC people. I think, I don't remember who, but they told me, they were like, yeah, like, we heard you guys.
My biggest problem with both the deep dive and the boot camp when I was going into Phoenix, because I obviously only did the boot camp, but I was like, please don't put me next to Phil. I don't want to be next to the hacking boot camp, because no, they wouldn't do that. But anyways, so I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's a good time. Obviously, if enough people register, then unfortunately you'll get to see me in Prague.
So there you go. There's our special episode about WLPC.
And we kept it to under 5 minutes if you play it in slow motion.
No, you have to play it in like 3 times speed.
Oh, that's right. We want to speed this up. Yeah, play this like 4x, and then we'll be good. This will be under 5 minutes, I think. But yeah, so hopefully we'll see you guys in Prague. Registration opens in a couple of weeks, and Jim even got voted to talk too. So
one more plug on this. There's going to be some other Ruckus folks that are going to be there. So so it's not just me and John are going to be there. So, if you're interested in Ruckus, if you want to learn more about Ruckus, if you want to possibly, well, I won't tease that too much.
Don't
come to WLPC Prague and come check us out. So there we go, John. I think that's it.
All right, I'm going to hit the music and then we're going to call it one. See ya.
Bye.